Have you seen brands copying all of your ideas? Yeah, we have. When we get more belts, we're working on that. Have you seen all the brands copying you? Wow. Okay.
We get it.
Right now. We're on a roll. Welcome back to the Absolutely Ridiculous Show. I'm X. We're going to go over some of the current event topics, wins and losses of the week, and of course, some of the fan Q&As and anything new that we have. So we'll jump straight into it, try to make this quick. The first thing that we wanted to talk about was Shohei Ohtani is in Fortnite. But more importantly, his dog Decoy is. Shohei gets 2 outfits, home and away uniforms, a bunch of cool like features of how he can interact from throwing baseballs and whatnot. But I think that's something that we've been talking about internally for a while that would be really cool, that we've been wanting to do at Absolutely Ridiculous is be able to have like our gloves in Fortnite where you like reach in the palm and you pull out like ice cream out of the ice cream glove and you can throw that as a weapon, or utilize different types of gloves, different types of items in the game. So it's really, really cool to see MLB be able to get something like this through with Fortnite and bring baseball into one of the most popular games in the world. So kudos MLB. Really cool for Shohei. Can't wait to see that in person. The other thing, the Phillies, this is from Wade, the Phillies s'mores quesadilla. Wade, do you want to comment on the
Yes.
Phillies s'mores quesadilla?
So baseball food is like, it's either like amazing or it's like not good at all. And this is on the amazing side. So it's a quesadilla. So it's like a flour tortilla, but instead of cheese and whatever else, it's Nutella, mini marshmallows, and graham cracker crumble. We've reached like a point, and Taco Bell is a great example of this, of like, we truly haven't hit our ceiling in terms of like how good food can be. And so it's good to see innovation in this space. It's
You a
often
big Nutella
overlooked.
guy?
Huge.
Okay.
My girlfriend's allergic to tree nuts though, which includes hazelnuts. So she'll never know it. So I don't have it as much as I'd like to. It's severely underrated.
Olivia, Nutella?
I am personally not a Nutella girly.
Okay, we're split. I don't mind it. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it though or try it. Like there was in Mexico, it was called the Nut Cafe, and it was like all Nutella themed stuff. So they had Nutella pancakes, Nutella coffees, Nutella, like everything had Nutella in it. I kind of wanted to go. My wife did not want to go, so we wound up not going, of course. But I'm not feeling any more intrigued to want to try the quesadilla. So moving on. What do we got? We got, the Lollapalooza lineup. Where is Lollapalooza?
It's in Chicago, in Grant Park.
Okay.
Every summer.
So Tyler, the Creator, A$AP Rocky, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. What I'd be most excited about, Luke Combs, Korn. So it's a pretty wild, diverse lineup, but I think it's something exciting. You guys were talking about it a little bit earlier. Have you guys ever been to Lollapalooza?
I've never even been to a music festival before.
Really?
I'm not scared of it, but it is like, I don't know, it's a lot of people.
You're not going to get down in the pit with Korn and...
I'm not opposed to it.
Okay.
He doesn't want to get his Nikes dirty.
That's what it is. Well, because we have Bonnaroo like 45 minutes away from here in Nashville every year, and I had a lot of friends that would go to it, and they'd come back like it was the best, and also like kind of the worst because it's like happens in the summer, so it's like you're real hot, real gross, and you're outside in the middle of like nowhere. But it is, I mean, there's nothing like seeing this kind of lineup all in one setting.
Hey, Bonnaroo got canceled a few years ago because it was like flooded out. Everything got flooded. But great lineup. What do we got next?
We are talking about our new collection.
Oh, sweet. So the Absolutely Ridiculous collection. It's our first signature rollout of protective gear, sliding mitts based off of our company colors. We were asked a few times if this was made for Clemson. It wasn't. It was made before our Clemson teal, and it just wildly worked out that Clemson's also orange and purple. So on the orange and purple note, so we got the lavender with the orange drip. This is part of the ice cream collection, but will be the first Absolutely Ridiculous ice cream flavor. I'm going to put it, I was going to put it on there. I'll throw it on the floor. We got the leg guard, standard switch hit with the toe guard. And also just a heads up, like, we're going to stop making the buckle version soon. So if that's your favorite version, I would start jumping on these now, because we may not bring it back at any point, because we're going to switch to everything being Velcro going forward for a better fit. That's something that Bryce Harper, a few other guys were wanting to make sure, like, when they're running, there's never like a scenario where it even loosens up a little bit, just always super firm. And Velcro is the best way to do that. But we don't have these issues with these switch hitter buckle leg guards, but that's just a little tidbit. Elbow guard, that's Velcro for that same reason. I'm going to skip that one first. Go into the balm. So we'll have an Absolutely Ridiculous scented balm. Obviously, you can't smell it through here. It's got orange drip on the can, lavender base with X sprinkles. But the scent, I don't know. I don't think I want to tell you what the scent is.
It's a surprise.
I think that you may have to find out on your own. And then when you get it, throw it in on the comments. Let us know what you think that the scent is, because it's literally labeled Absolutely Ridiculous scented. But smell it. I think it's awesome. It's going to be like our signature scent. We're going to pump through our stores. Everything that gives it just a little bit more of a recognizable, consistent vibe, but it's also pretty relaxing. So that's something that's exciting. And then last but not least, I know the comments are going to be when are the youths coming out, that we've got the Absolutely Ridiculous colorway of the batting gloves. These are our standards. I want to go in a little bit on the batting gloves too. Like, when we talked about it last episode on making sure that you're picking like something for your fit, your feel, but a couple other features on here that I want to make sure that people like know about are the wrist strap. We added this like 3D texture to it. And that's something that is intended just to give it like a little bit more of a feel, but also to add some more grip when putting these on. But then on the insides are these little orange dots. These are like super, super grippy. So when designing these, one of the things that I wanted to make sure like we had in here were like, how are we solving problems that I had when I was hitting? And one of the problems I had was like every swing, I would readjust my batting gloves as just part of my routine. And having something that you can easily like grip onto and pull so that you can pull them up without any slippage was something I wanted to execute. So it's like a small feature on here, but was a big deal for me when I was playing. So that's something I'd love to hear people's feedback on too. When they get them, try them out. But those are the BGs. And I think that's the full set. We do have the belt that we talked about last week that goes with that collection as well. But the next thing we're going to jump into W's and L's, so the wins and losses of the week. The first one, Wade got to go through and kind of curate what we're putting together. But the design of the week is the Kansas City Royals powder blues. I know Royals fans are like pumped to see these come back. And we've got a couple guys on the team this year that'll be wearing our sliding mitts. So it's a pretty relevant one. One with Bobby Witt and the other with Melendez. So those are going to be, and also both unique sliding mitts. But Wade, do you want to go in a little bit on what caught your eye about these?
Yeah, it's so it was announced that they were going to be wearing them for their home opener, which was pretty cool. And then they came out and said that they're going to wear them for every Saturday game at home, which is sweet. Uniwatch, those of you who know, he's awesome. Sign up for his newsletter. He is just like the ultimate historian on jerseys, team logos, team design. He's an awesome resource. He put together kind of a timeline while I was doing research on this. So Kansas City used to have powder blue jerseys and pants. And it was actually their road alternate. This was in the 70s, all the way up until the 90s. In the 90s, they switched to road grays. But in 2008, they brought back powder blue jerseys as their home alternate, but wore them with white pants. That was all the way up until this last season, and now they're bringing back powder blue jerseys and pants head to toe for their home alternate, which is pretty cool. A little history lesson there. So it's pretty sweet. I think they have like a ticket pack called like the powder blue ticket pack or something like that, where you can buy like Saturday home games, and it comes with like a bobblehead in the blue jersey. So
Sweet.
I've always been a fan of powder blue jerseys, no matter who it is. My alma mater, Belmont, our baseball team has powder blues. We call them the baby blues. They're so good. But I know like the Phillies also have one. I think the Rangers have had one before. Something about it. It's just it always looks good. So it's cool to see them bring this back.
I love those Royals hats too, with the crown on the top. We did like a special sliding mitt that Bobby will get this year that's based off of the waterfalls and the crowns and stuff like that. So once that's ready for him, we'll share that in the show too. But design loss, this is always a fun one. I think everybody that's been watching the tournament saw it. Some people may have loved it because it's different, and different is good. And I don't like really dropping on different too much. But I think this is one that was tough for TV, which is the Big 12 men's and women's basketball tournament court. But I think what it was like, it's the combination of, it's easier if you have uniforms that are completely like going against the colorway of it. But when you have a home and away match, you're going to have white on the court. And when you have white over the full court with a design pattern that is essentially obscuring the wall, or obscuring the ball, obscuring the uniforms, it's going to blend together. So this was, I don't think in my opinion, it's not a huge loss. I know a lot of people hated it a lot more than I did. But we have 7 days, and I think this is the worst thing to happen in the last 7 days. What do you guys think? Olivia's background is basketball, so I'm sure she has an opinion on it.
I was not a fan, personally. Just when it would pan back and forth on the court, it just looked like an optical illusion that my eyes didn't appreciate. So I was focusing on the other games of like the 5 screens that we had up, just to not get a headache. But interesting choice.
There we go.
Interesting is putting it kindly.
Shout out though for like doing something different. Like it is
knock
unique.
Red, you know?
Yeah, like they could have very easily just had the big logo in the middle, but they took a chance. Yeah, it's cool. They took a chance. That's why I don't want to like hit on it too much, because
want to diss them too.
You don't want to discourage. Like,
it's just that it was pretty like hypnotizing on TV.
Yeah.
Although the commissioner Brett Yormark said that the student athletes loved it. So I mean, maybe our opinion isn't the one people should be listening to.
Like I was saying earlier, like the Boise State football field looks better in person than it does on TV. And it may be one of those scenarios. You know, like Oregon's basketball court looks sick because it covers the full edge. I remember when it first came out, though, there's definitely people like complaining about it being hard to watch on TV. It's got like the trees and the whatnot going around the outer edge of the court. But yeah, this is one where it's a pattern that's not going to work. But again, awesome for them taking a chance. Just not a pattern that's going to work on television. So what do we got next? This is why I was trying to go so fast. Like I look forward to the Q&As at the end of this.
Question time.
Each time. So each week or each episode we do of these solos, I want to make sure that it's focused on like you, the listeners. Go through, answer all the questions, even if it's a one-word answer. Get your answers or get your questions answered, and we'll kind of rapid fire through these. I posted it a couple hours ago on @ImagineByX on Instagram. If you want to throw in your question for next week, just follow. I'll throw it into stories. You'll respond in that. But first one, will you guys restock the red, white, and blue sliding mitt? Yes, we will. That'll be around 4th of July holiday-ish. Project Spiral collab. We are very specific about collab, so I can't answer any collab questions on these. Favorite product you've made? Still a Bible glove. What was the inspiration behind Aria? There was a lot of inspiration, but it was really around the ice cream glove originally, and trying to create an art piece that brought a little bit more fun, creativity, art, culture to the sport. And it's kind of evolved into helping out with a lot of things. But that was initial. Will any other items be released with the Clemson collab, like glove, hat, batting gloves? Thank you. Yeah, there will be. We have a couple gloves, and we have a couple sliding mitts, and we also have a couple hats. I don't know if we've released those or not yet, but we do have a couple hats that we'll roll out. That'll be Clemson if we haven't already. Will there be custom sliding mitts? I don't know. We'll decide one day. Will you do a collaboration with Kike Hernandez from the Dodgers? Kike wears our belts and he wears our sliding mitts. Will y'all ever make cleats or shoes? We don't have plans to. Any Money Mike collabs coming for 2025? We have a lot of Money Mike collabs coming for 2025. He'll have a set that he'll wear opening day, and we'll kind of roll out new sets with him throughout the season, both for sale and stuff that only he'll get. What's your favorite sliding mitt design? Man, that's a good question. I don't know. What is my favorite sliding mitt design? Philly Fanatic is cool just because it's like, it was the first time we did something 3D. It's not my favorite execution. Resurrection may be my favorite just because it's like got the most story and purpose behind it. I'm trying to think if there's one that just super stands out. This is helpful that Olivia's scrolling through all of our sliding mitts right now.
Out of This World, first one we ever did that glowed in the dark.
Oh, there it is. Beetlejuice. I think Beetlejuice is my favorite. I liked how all the colors pop together. Yeah, you open it up, it's got the full tie. That or gingerbread. I forgot about Gingy. So those are probably my two favorites, Gingy and Beetlejuice. All right. Any specific designs for Chandler Simpson? We don't right now, but there will be this season. I want to make something special for him. When we get more belts, we're working on that. We actually have a new stretch belt design that's getting into production right now. That'll be like a different material. And we'll have more leather belts at some point this season as well. We want to do some like limited drops like some of the players, game worn belts. Will there be customizable stuff at one point? Maybe. I don't know. Right now there's no plans to, but there probably will be at some point. Can you make a pitcher's glove or glasses? We do make pitcher's gloves. Every glove we release, there are definitely pitcher's options. And glasses is something that I've actually designed a few pairs. We just haven't ever pushed them to production. So it's something that we'll definitely do one day. It's not in the immediate plans as far as like urgency goes. When is the store opening in Nashville? This year. It's probably going to be a this summer thing. It's definitely taking longer than we'd hoped, but we want to make sure it's a really cool experience when you get here. Plan on doing any high school baseball gear. All of our stuff is made for high school and all levels. If it's like a collab with a high school, no, but we do have we've got Zilla that we work with Blake Snell and his Seattle Select teams as well. Now also Jazz's Prince Jazz X team that we're working with as well. Which are some youth teams that we designed the uniforms and everything for. How excited are you that the Mummy Sliding Mitt is an MLB The Show 25 cover? We're pumped. I think there's a giveaway going on this week. It may be done by the time that this goes live. I'm not sure. And there's also a re-release in early October release that's happening as well for the Mummy Sliding Mitt. But I definitely didn't see the Mummy Sliding Mitt being the one that was going to wind up on the cover of MLB The Show when we heard that Ellie is going to be on the cover. So it's pretty cool that something that wild.
The winner for that giveaway gets announced today, Friday, if you're listening to this when the podcast comes out. So get those comments in while you can.
Sweet. Do you like metal bats or wood bats better? It's a good question. I like them both for different purposes. If I'm just playing for fun, I like a metal bat better because it hits farther and I like the ping. Do you go to Clemson? No, I don't. When will Studio X open? Sometime this summer. Where can I buy Kike Hernandez's belt? You'll actually be able to buy that one here at some point in the next couple months on the website, absolutelyridiculous.com. Have you seen brands copying all of your ideas? Yeah, we have. We have definitely been noticing those and appreciate everybody that keeps sending us stuff in the DMs. But yeah, I mean, it's been everything from we've seen a couple of companies like build apparel companies based off of our themes from shorts and shirts and all that stuff, and do very well. We've also seen exact counterfeits of gloves and all that stuff. But yeah, no, we're definitely seeing it. We're just not really trying to pivot and change like our model or anything we're doing based on like what others are doing. We want to make sure that when we roll out new stuff, it's authentic, it's quality, and it's done right. Like we've been working on shorts for a while, and it's because we want to make sure that they're actually nice, that they're actually legit, that you're pumped about the quality, and they're way worth more than what the prices that we charge on them. And I don't think that other brands are doing that. I think other brands are trying to take advantage of popularity in the market and selling really cheap stuff that's overpriced. And we're just not going to fall for that trap. So, but yeah, we're definitely seeing it. We're not really affected by it. Can I get a free Gingy sliding mitts? No. Maybe it'll be a giveaway at some point later this year. What color will you do for the next ice cream shorts? We haven't released any ice cream shorts yet. I think that goes back to the question a minute ago of other brands making stuff off of our stuff and it coming across that it's ours. It's definitely not ours. We don't have any ice cream shorts on the market. That is somebody else. But I get why there's confusion. Is Ellie nice? Does he actually speak English? Ellie's
Super
awesome.
nice.
He is extremely nice. He's really, really easy to get along with. He's a good time. Speaks killer English. It's actually a funny story because like when I met him, his rookie season is a few months after he got called up. He spoke. He didn't speak enough English for us to like have a conversation. His translator was there with him, and that was in July of his rookie year. And almost exactly a year later, at the All-Star game, full conversations in English. Like that's what was really impressive to me about Ellie. It's two things. One, he put in the effort to learn English in less than a year. And two, is at the point of being able to have full-on conversations with anybody without needing a translator anymore in less than a year. Like he's super nice, but also super smart. Have you seen all the brands copying you? Wow. Okay.
We get it.
Right now. We're on a roll. Will there ever be merch for us like shirts, sweaters, sweats, and shorts? Yeah, we're working on all of that except for sweaters. I consider like a sweater like what like grandma knits for you.
Cable knit. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
Do
it
a
would
Christmas
be fun
sweater?
to do. Yeah, like an ugly Christmas sweater.
Are Halloween sweaters a thing? We should make Halloween sweaters a
Let's
thing.
start that.
Do like a mummy sweater.
It gets cold in October. I don't see why not.
I like that idea. Yeah, we are doing shirts, sweatshirts, and shorts. We'll do sweats at some point. Those aren't in the works right now, but yeah, we're gonna roll out full fashion line as far as like sports apparel go. You should have something for fan art. We will at Studio X. We're talking about a section where anything we want to pick something that's like the best like fan art piece of the month, and we'll have like a section on the wall in our gallery that'll display that fan art. It could be like Kid with the ice cream gloves. Shout out. He sent a couple pairs that his dad like hand painted Jordan 1s to me. Like that would be like really cool to put in our art gallery as a call out and put a little placard there with it that says who it was made by and whatnot, so people can come see the fan art. We've also got like a setup here in the studio, but we're also working on like a little flip book for the studio that you'll be able to go through and see like what different people have created as well. We would definitely want to implement like fan art into our in-person experiences. So keep it coming. Like we love seeing it. Will you ever make more hats? They are my favorite. Yes, we've got like a ton of hats being designed right now and a bunch in production right now. And there's some that we're super excited about. We've even got some collaboration hats that'll be rare editions and limited editions with some of our like brand collaborators, like the anime stuff, all the way to like the players that we're working with. So really excited to like start sharing that this year as well. But all that'll be coming out this year too. How did you get into anime? I haven't fully gotten into anime yet, but Jazz is a huge anime fan, and so he was what got me to start watching One Piece, watch the live action, and then really dove deep into like the actual anime series to make sure that we're learning what we need to know about the pieces that we're making. So I feel really excited about like the details in the anime gear that we're rolling out that I think that the fans like really, really feel connected with. And the last question, what's the wildest thing that inspired a collab or new drop? Interesting question. One Piece happened because Jazz wanted to do a collab with them. Trying to think of ones that there's other ones that we can't talk about yet. I feel like we've had some like wild stories of how things have happened. That's like an interesting one to think about. The wildest thing that inspired a collab or new drop. My problem is that we're working on so many like different designs at the same time. I don't always remember what we've actually like made because it was like months ago that the design happened and then it goes out. Yeah, the Evan Carter stuff is unique. All the mascot stuff is fun. The wildest thing. Actually, that's probably it. The Rockstar glove. One day I'll share like the full story behind it, but there is like a full story behind the Rockstar sliding mitt, the Rockstar glove, like that whole collection. It's not just a bunch of stuff randomly pulled together. It was made for a specific person. And then we renamed it all just to make sure that's not like attached to that specific person when it went to market. But that's probably the wildest thing that we've actually had that has gone to market, is the Rockstar glove. And do one quick refresh, see if a good one came in. In that meantime, We Need Flat Bill hats just came in. We've thought about it. We've actually tried to sample some, but we haven't been able to like get one made that I feel like is unique enough and like quality enough that's better than what's out there. Where our curved brims, I feel like, are better than what's out there. But yeah, that's the last question. Keep them coming though. This stuff's fun. Again, if it went too long, let us know, and we won't do every single question that comes through. But I do think that that's like fun and important. If you send a question through, I didn't even read those beforehand. So if you send a question through, we'll answer it, and then mix those in whenever we don't have guests. But do we have any parting words today, Wade or Olivia?
It's March Madness. It's time. Drop a comment. Who are you rooting for? Who's in your Final Four?
Who is in your Final Four?
In my Final Fours, yeah. I always like am a little bit underwhelmed whenever I see like the ESPN analysts have theirs, and it's like all the 1 seeds. It's like, be creative. Like, come on. My Final Four is Michigan State, Florida, Alabama, Gonzaga.
Okay. Who do you got, Olivia?
I am still filling mine out. Keep in mind, we are shooting this prior to Friday, so I still have time. But comment who you think's bracket is going to win between me, Wade, and X, because we do have a company challenge going on.
I am pulling for Vanderbilt to beat St. Mary's, though. Just a Nashville bias.
Only basketball game I've been to this year was Clemson, and they were good. They dominated Syracuse. So I had them going a little bit further, and then I backed out.
They're in my Sweet 16.
Yeah, I'm in the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
My bracket's definitely not finalized yet. I can still go in and edit it. I mean, I've got them, though. Oh, I've got them in the Sweet 16, too.
By the time this episode's come out, it'll be Friday afternoon, so we'll have most of the round of 64 like done. But
yeah. I don't think I like Houston in the Elite 8. That might be one that I have to change.
That's a wild take.
Feeling good about Clemson.
I'm feeling
good.
good.
You, I would prefer to beat you. So
just put McNeese State in your Final Four.
McNeese State was like what I was reading. McNeese. Everybody was saying was like the upset to go for.
Colorado State's the upset to go for.
Think so.
Colorado State got underseeded Louisville got underseeded like crazy. Louisville, it sucks because if they win their first game, then they have to play Auburn in the round of 32, which is like, that'll be a game. But
I have that lineup in mind.
UC San Diego, that's a little California bias from me too.
I keep going back on that one. I don't like Michigan, so I keep swapping if I want to go with
And that's fair.
my gut or my head.
They say you make 3 brackets. There's the 3 H's. The first H is heat. You make one in the heat of the moment. The second one you do with your head. Use your brain a little bit. Look at some statistics. And then the third one you make is with your heart. Just who you want to win. So
There we have it. Well, everybody, thanks. We're out.